All right, boys. All right, boys. Let's get this video going. What's going on? Elias Thomas here. Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, subscribe, like, comment. Good comment. I might turn into a video, so drop them away. Secondly, you guys looking for programs or coaching? Link in the description. And if it's not there, follow me on Instagram. Send me a DM. We'll get you set up and ready to succeed. So, guys, today's video. Guys that are obsessed with the 1 rep max. Me personally, that is my number one goal. You know, my biggest motivation to train is that new 1 rep max. Just trying to achieve absurd levels of strength. Every time I go to the gym, you know, obviously that is going to be my number one motivation. You know, the days I'm hitting my comp lifts, my squat, bench, deadlift, like I got a PR lined up, like I'm ready to go. That's obviously going to be my number one motivation to train. And the thing is about this is it's a good mindset, but sometimes you can get yourself into the trouble with this method, and I've experienced it a ton. So when you come in, you're trying to PR every single workout, you know, you might be able to do this for a while, especially after a big volume phase. You run a 3-week peaking like phase. Yes, you could probably PR for those 3 weeks in a row, but after that, it runs out. You can't really PR anymore. You have to grow to PR. And, I find this to be a problem for me, myself, because I get like overzealous when I get into the gym. I'll try to PR on a lift. I'll PR for a couple workouts, and all of a sudden I'll fail. But then I'll come back in like 2 days later, try it again, fail, and keep failing. And then all of a sudden it leads to a plateau. And that worst regression, I've regressed a ton on my deadlift, a ton on my squat before, like 20 to 30 pounds. And I got to build back up, and I kind of experience the same cycle. It just runs your CNS into the ground. And it's at a certain point, you have to grow before you can PR again. You know, you have to build up the muscles or your weak links before you can actually hit another PR. And, just being done with training, I've experienced this problem. You know, obviously having the 1 rep max be my number one motivation, it's, hard. It's tempting always to not try and hit a new 1 rep max. But recently, when I switched my training split to upper lower 4 days a week, kind of more of a conjugate style, 2 upper sessions, 2 lower sessions a week, all spaced out 72 hours apart in between each upper and lower session. So I'll train upper, lower, then a day off, and I come back to upper. That's 72 hours apart for maximum recovery on the CNS, everything like that. First off, I got my training in line. That's 100% correct. Secondly, all max effort days. My first thing I do when I come in there is either hit some sort of max lift, whether it be an upper lift or a lower lift. So my lower days, a squat or a deadlift. My upper days, some sort of pressing movement. And I got a bunch of variations. So when I come back to hit that lift, I make sure it's stronger. So I hit my comp bench, and I take like 3 to 4 weeks in between hitting different variations, maxing out on different variations before I come back and hit that lift. This way, in between, in the meantime, I'm getting, I'm building to get that lift stronger. So when I come back to it, I'm 5 to 10 pounds stronger than I was, 3 to 4 weeks ago. And in the meantime, when you're not hitting those lifts, obviously the motivation can be kind of low. But what I've found is to fall in love with the smaller PRs, the volume PRs, the lifts that actually, if you progress on over time, over the course of 3 to 4 weeks, if you're adding pounds of these lifts or reps to these lifts, you're going to come back stronger. So guys, what I'm talking about here is on tomorrow, I got my max effort upper day again. What I did 4 weeks ago when I started this training split is obviously I hit my max lift for the day, but after that, every single week, after every single max pressing variation I did, I throw 225 on the bar and do a rep out. So when I started this, 7 reps is what I got with 225. Fast forward to now, we're up to 11 reps. With 225, that's 4 reps with the same weight on the same lift. Volume PRs, boys. Volume PRs. Same thing with my close grip press. 3x7 with 205. Fast forward 3 weeks, we're up to 3x10 with the same weight. That's a volume PR. And to PR, to progressive overload, you have to grow. It's not the other way around. You don't progressive overload to grow. In order to progressive overload, you already had to have grown. And they all kind of fall in line. If you grow, you progressive overload. And that progressive overload is going to lead to more growth to allow you to progressive overload again, if you know what I'm saying. Jumping up the words there. But when you come back to the lifts, then you're stronger. And I find this weight, this keeps me motivated in order to hit those 1 rep max PRs. And in the meantime, when I'm not maxing out on my lift, I'm motivated to hit these smaller PRs. And when you come back after adding 10 pounds to your 3x5 or 3 to 4 reps to your 3x8, take your 3x8 to 3x12 or whatever it may be, you come back, you're 100% stronger in the 1 rep max department. And this allows you to recover better, to build over the course of like 3 to 4 weeks. I'd say that's at the least. You know, some guys have like 6, 7 weeks, 8 weeks in between to when they come back and hit their 1 rep max. But I'm pushing the limits with the 3 to 4 week, and this allows me to stay motivated, boys. It's still a PR, it's just not that 1 rep max PR, and it's easier to recover from. It's building. It's hypertrophy, it's muscle growth. So, guys, if you guys struggle, you're the type of guy that always wants to hit a 1 rep max, I'm telling you, focus more on the small PRs. Kind of figure out a way to get yourself motivated enough to hit volume PRs. Because at the end of the day, over the course of a couple weeks, you add, like I said, 10 to 15 pounds to 3x5 or a couple reps to your sets, you're going to be 100% stronger. When you come back to hit that lift, you're confident. You're going to max out and you're going to destroy it. And that's just the way it goes, boys. So fellas, hopefully this video helped you out. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned, because in 2 to 3 months from now, after following this protocol, we're going to really hopefully see some really good progress, and I'll be able to, you know, even really believe in it more myself. What I'm saying right now, I already believe in it, and I'm 95% sure that it's all going to keep panning out the way I'm talking. Focusing on the volume PRs is going to lead to the bigger PRs. But in 2 to 3 months from now, I'll check back or whatever, and we'll probably have a video demonstration, like videos of my lifts at one point to this, to that. So like a video of my 225 rep out and my max at the time to now with 225 rep out and my max, you know, just the proof of it actually working. So boys, thanks for watching. Comment, rate, subscribe. Let's go. Let's get those gains, boys.